Okay, guys, welcome back to the bench. Fred B. Radio here. I had a nice video planned, 30 minutes long, finishing up on the radio section of the 65U radio phonograph, and I must do not. I didn't hit the play button, I hit the photo button, so there was only a single photo. Anyway, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm just going to recap what I did and then go over taking the chassis, the phonograph part out of the frame, okay? Because it's going to take a lot of work, and I don't even know where I'm at with that or where to get parts or anything. So it's going to take a while. But let me go over with you what I've already done. I was going to do an alignment, getting it back into the cabinet, finishing it up. Unfortunately, I screwed up. So let's get over here to the bench, the other bench, and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so just to recap, I changed the volume control and the resistor that was on the side because that was out of spec. So there's 3 resistors that were changed. One that was just burned apart, so it's not even here. And I don't know, for a 11 capacitors. Yes, if you remember from the first one, the radio was somewhat working, low volume. After going through everything, the volume is much better now. Okay, so I just wanted to go over that. Now, all the time, I talk to everybody about getting copies of schematics. And yes, I know sometimes you just can't get a schematic. I understand that. Sometimes I think I'm hard on people about looking for that, but that's what's in me. So one of the things I do, if you zoom down in here, let's see if I can get this zoomed in. Okay, that's better. I take a schematic, and every time I change a part, I yellow it out so I know what I've done, okay, where everything is. The other thing I do is I go back and I check voltages throughout the radio. Now, I had this pretty much all recapped, everything was done, and this is one of the reasons why I like the Sam's PhotoFax over the Riders or the Beatmans. Even if you look at even the RCA service data doesn't have some of the information I like. Okay, and I'll show you. I have this up on the screen, so let me zoom it over here. Okay, get you in there. Too much. Okay. This is a section of the Sam's PhotoFax, and on it has the pinouts for every tube. Okay, the pinouts and the voltages and the resistance that's supposed to be on each pin. Okay, so when I was checking voltages on the 50L6, this pin right here, okay, on the cathode, I was supposed to have 5.6 volts. 5.6, 5.9, I think it was 5.6. Anyway, if you look, you can see down here what it's supposed to be. I think it was 5.6. Anyway, I'm waiting for my new glasses to come in. But when I checked this voltage here, it was 12 volts. 5.6, 12 volts on the cathode of the 50L6 is not right. So I went in and I did the resistance check.
pin 8 of the 50L6, yeah, 5.6 volts, it's supposed to be 140 ohms. Well, it shows 150 ohm going to ground. This resistor here was 210 ohms to ground, okay? I changed the resistor, put the resistor in, and the voltage now it's about 6 volts, but it's close, okay? More of what it should be. That's one of the reasons why I like this, because I can go through, I can see resistance readings, and I can see voltage readings. Sometimes you'll get that on other schematics, but sometimes you don't. To me, it's very important. Now, they did put some voltage readings on here, like over here, where I was just talking about. It shows you 5.6. Actually, I think this says 5.9, but regardless. But it doesn't tell you what the resistance value is to ground. I like the chart with the resistance value. All right, so anyway, that's where we're at. Let me swing around and I'll show you the radio and phonograph. Okay, so here we are. One of the things I did was I used, it's a paint stick, a white paint stick, and I filled in the lettering here on the function switch, and I'll swing it around, and I filled it in over here as well for the tuning. Makes it much easier to see. Okay, there's so many things running down here right now with the AC. I'll plug it in and I'll see if we can get past the AC in the washing machine. Noise. Okay, switch it on. Again, it's a tube radio, so it takes a little while to get warmed up. A little while. I also replaced one of the tubes. I believe that tube, yes, the tube was a 12 SQ7.
North Portico, which is almost 2 centuries old.
It's the front door of the White House, the North Portico, which faces Pennsylvania Avenue. That portico and its columns, completed in 1830, are now covered with scaffolding. President Trump criticizing its condition, calling the North Portico a deplorable and horrible front of the White House.
Forget this. It's a news station. I don't want to get pulled by having music on.
Make it a symbol of extraordinary beauty and pride.
But yeah, I changed the.
Responding that this is standard restoration work. Dave Packer, 80.
Sounds pretty good. I changed the 12 SQ7, which is the second detector in AVC and audio, first audio. All right, that one was really bad. The other tubes were fair, not great, but fair. But the performance still seems pretty good. So the next thing I have to do, and I'm going to turn this off. Okay. I just don't want power going into it. Raise you guys up here so you can see a little bit better. All right. Okay, there we go. I can't work on this with the cover flopping around. So I took it off. Now, what I did was I left the hinges on the lid. Okay, and I left this brace on the lid. Put the screws back in place so I don't lose them. All right, the reason I put them in the lid was so that they're not flopping around when I'm trying to work on it. I'll be
right back. Here, put this off to the side. All right, so I'm gonna take you off the stand here, make you really seasick. Woo, woo. All right, it's not frozen. You can see the arm moves. There's no needle in it. And it does go back. This isn't frozen. This is for 10-inch records, 12-inch records. Again, they're all 78s. So, yeah, I got to get a needle for a 78. But my biggest thing right now is getting this out of here. So, all right, I wanted to get you inside, but I got to get you back up on here for a minute. Get you back in the stand. Okay. Here's the inside. I haven't tried running this yet. There are 2 pins that hold this in. One here and one up here. And I'll be honest with you, I did take this out, but I had to put it back in to do the final tuning on the radio. You're supposed to do it with the antenna tucked back up inside this side and the radio in place to tune this, okay? You could tune it down, but the antenna, it's all got to be in place. So I had to put this back in. Got to read directions. Sometimes I get enthusiastic and skip things. All right. So I need to take this out, the one on the top, and then drop this back down and lift the phonograph out from the top. So let me see if I can do this. I need my little pointy screwdriver. Get you back in there so you can see this. Oops, sorry about that. Try to get you out of the way. Now, when you push this in, it kind of releases it a little bit. But there's a C-clip on here. And yeah, I put a little lithium grease on it to hold everything in place. Again, if something falls on the floor, it'll probably be lost forever. So I try to make sure I get all of my parts secured before I move on. Okay. Clip the retainer. Okay, now let's see where we're at here. Okay, move this over to here for now. Okay. I'm going to need to secure this so that I can work on the other one. For now, this is going to have to All right. So here we go. It's all gook here. I don't know what that is. Maybe nicotine. Now this is a crystal. Now you can't see it, but get you out of the holder again. It's a crystal cartridge, which I'm sure is no good anymore. So I'm going to have to get something to replace, put something else in here, and work on that. My first thing I'm going to have to do, though, I want to check this motor out, see if that runs, and let me put this back down. Get you back in the holder because I need 3 hands, and I don't have 3 hands. I was only born with 2. All right. This eccentric here, trying to zoom you in a little bit better. This eccentric here is missing a piece of rubber, okay? So this is going to have to get changed. Now, I don't know how critical this is, but we'll find out. Again, these I don't work on normally, so I'm out of my element. So let me get set up, and I'll see if the motor runs. Okay, let me pause you. Okay, we're all set up. I got my zip cord. I'm on a dim bulb. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the motor does run. I'm on the dim bulb, so you can see the motor running. Things moving. All right, but it needs a lot. All right, that's where I'm going to leave it off. All of this is going to have to come apart. It's going to have to come apart. It's all gunky. I don't want to burn this motor out, so yeah, I'll shut that off. In order to get the table off here, I know I probably called it the wrong thing. I have to take this nut off, take this out. All this mechanism has to come apart. So, I got a lot to do. A lot to do. This is going to be more than a one-parter here. I don't know. I wouldn't expect to see a video on this working for a while. Hey, make comments, suggestions. Leave some comments, suggestions or whatever, because I'm out of my league here with this thing. All right, have a good night, and hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments, subscribe, like, whatever, and we'll see what else is on the bench while I'm getting parts for this baby. Take care.